to decide now who's taking
what does it show you? It just shows you that England's they got a lot of mouth, but they're cowards, bruv. They're all cowards because you can turn around and say, defenders shouldn't take penalties. Benucci took a penalty.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Maguire took one and buried it.
Maguire's penalty was class. Now, Maguire should have took the first England penalty.
Yeah.
The two Harry should have been first and Harry should have been last.
Yeah, 100%.
Get the Negroes in between. The sandwich, they're the sandwich filling. They're the sandwich filling. We got two slices of white bread and then we got the filling in the middle.
Sure. Affinity Extra. Be extra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast may not be aligned to those of Affinity Extra.
Okay, guys. This is Roger Moore here on the Roger Van Moorinho Show. This is the as you can see, I'm in the total utter faller. I'm trying to think of the title for today's show. Everyone's asking me, am I having somebody? I spoke to somebody today. The joke is, they said to me, Roger, you just gonna avoid this subject. I said, what? Yo, meetings was already booked. The show was booked, man. So we're not hiding away from absolute carnage that happened last night here on the Euros. And this is when we recorded the day after the Euros. So if you watch this later, we're sorry, but this is gonna be true emotion. This video will go out as soon as I've edited it. So within the next 24 hours it's going out. So we're going to try and keep this as fresh as possible, even before the live station itself, because we see the necessity of us keeping it real and talking and talking big talking about. But I'm alongside the ones that were available, DJ Marx and Anthony Young, who they didn't take much to say yes to talk on today's show. We do appreciate your time, but we want to start off light today, guys, and we're gonna start off light, and we're gonna talk about just some of from the last time we spoke. Last show we talked about hate crimes, but we didn't really talk too much about the Euros there. So we're gonna take up the Euros from how we see things, kind of the games after in the quarterfinal stages, and just get a feel at the guys how the shocks that happen, and then we get to the final, and then we talk about the aftermath of the final. Is that cool, guys? That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I just have to start from here, man. Guys, keep it simple. France. Mbappe, did he disappoint, or did he, or was he let down by the team, guys?
Greetings, people.
Greetings.
I feel personally, I'm going to be honest, I'm a massive Mbappe fan, as you know, Raj. And I don't think Mbappe was fit for the first part of the tournament. But having said that, I'm not making excuses for him. He missed a lot of chances throughout the whole tour. I don't think he scored in the tournament, did he?
No, I didn't.
I don't think he scored. He missed a lot of chances. And I think with Mbappe, he comes across a bit arrogant. Not as a person, but on the football field, in the sense of, bro, he's trying to score that perfect goal. Like, France will do a great passing movement, and Mbappe wants to just hit it first time where he could have just put his foot on it, took time, composed, and bang. He's trying to just score that wonder goal, and I just think sometimes, bro, you just don't need to do that. You just do what needs to be done. And if you look at some of the chances, when you look back at it, you can say, yeah, he had a couple of seconds there. He could have took his time. But he's always trying to score that fancy, I don't think he was let down by the team. If anybody, I personally just think France have only got themselves to blame. You're 3-1 up, you're the world champions. You can't be pointing fingers.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't point fingers.
Yeah. And they played bad. They're 3-1 up, and they played awful, in that game. And the problem is, I blame the manager. I think Deschamps should have been sacked by the morning, and straight up, you do not have that many of quality ballers and get knocked out of that stage. As far as I'm concerned, they got more ballers than any other team in the whole. I've never seen a lineup like that for a long time. Like the old Brazil teams. When you think about when England got knocked out to get to Brazil, you got Ronaldinho, you got Ronaldo, you got Rivaldo, you got baller after baller after baller.
The 3 hours up front.
This is
3 hours up front. And also, but you're right. Raj, going back to sorry to cut this.
Yeah, cool, that's
what
cool.
He said, Deschamps, he has to go, bro. No, seriously, he has to go, because when you check it, bro, like you said, look at the squad you got. Now, you're 3-1 up with what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go? You're telling me you're a manager of the world champions and you can't navigate that game. Even when they scored and made it 3-2, he should have said, you know what? I'm taking off one of them forwards and I'm going to put on a defender or a defensive midfielder and tighten it up. He didn't do nothing. Too arrogant. We're France. We're afraid that they're too arrogant.
Yeah.
And that's what cost them.
Yeah.
That's what cost them.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah,
let's come. Marcus, what are you saying?
Yeah, you know what? The problem for me is, and I think most people kind of agreed from the beginning of the tournament, that France didn't hit the top level that we know that they can hit.
Yeah.
They were still kind of playing that mid-level kind of football. The problem is that their mid-level football is probably our team's top football. So it was kind of like matched out.
Yeah.
It automatically became a 50-50 chance, where before we was probably going to say like this is like 70-30 going towards France. I think they just didn't hit that top level. And like Anthony said, Mbappe didn't seem like he was his usual self in that. And I think he would have needed more games for us to see the Mbappe that we know, but unfortunately he didn't get that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I agree with Anti. I guess I don't think the team. I think the whole team just all together as a unit just didn't do what we know they should be able to do.
Should have done,
because this team here, but like you said, full of ballers, mate, full of ballers, and even if you don't win it, I expect to at least see you in the semis. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, playing Switzerland, expect them to be honest, they would have caused Spain problems as well. You know what I mean? So for me, getting to the semi-finals should have been just natural for them. You know what I mean? Not saying Spain is, and this is another shocker, guys. For me, Spain shocked me that they actually got to the stage of pushing Italy, but they never played Traore, and it always seemed like they could have played Traore. All through the competition.
Yeah.
It's like they held him. It's like he's got something that none of the other players have. Yeah, pace. And you say, and the disgrace, and it's almost that pace. Well, like international teams, that's one thing. If you have an international football, sheer power and pace, that's one thing that takes you. That's why Mbappe smashed it when he first come on the scene, and Spain is notoriously don't have pace. So for me, to see them not play Traore was a bit of a mate. Are you sure? You know what I mean? And almost get knocked out by Croatia. And for me, is a transitional Croatia, not a great Croatian team. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you guys, because they're talking about this Pedro guy like he's the next best thing, but everyone knows it's Fatu. Pedro. Yeah, and then Fatu is the one that's the real deal. But that's another thing out there anyway. So you know what? I think it feels to me like Traore almost got into the squad to make up the numbers. That's what it felt like to me. Yeah. Like he wasn't there to kind of, I don't know what else to say. I don't feel that they had any intention of playing him, because I just didn't get anything from that at all. So, and especially when you talk about some of the other guys at Barca and whatnot that they could have brought in. I think they tried to go back to playing what they were used to before with the Xavis, the Iniestas, and that team. And we saw elements of it, but the fact is that overall, the squad that you have there are not as good as that team. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you see how impactful the teams that made it far up, like we said, each one of them had players which were fast on the ball, they had that strength. You just talk about man like Sterling and Saka, you talk about man like Chiesa. These are guys that you put them on the ball and they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Spain ain't got that.
Well, they had that on the bench, Traore. And the thing is, if you're going to play our best friend, what's his name? Morientes? What's his name?
Morata,
Morientes, he was a Morata. Listen, I sometimes see how he gets paid for playing.
How that guy's making into the team.
It reminded me of post Liverpool Torres. Yeah. Remember, you know what I'm saying? When Torres after
Chelsea
Chelsea Torres, not Liverpool Torres, the Chelsea Chelsea Torres, straight just.
Can I just say, going back to your point on Traore?
Okay.
You made a great point in the Fatty Asu. But if you notice, Raj, you've called 2 black Spanish people. Now, Fatty probably didn't go because he's injured or he's coming back off an injury.
Yeah, bad injury, yeah.
But like he said, our man, I don't know Traore, I don't know his first name. He has absolutely scared the living socks off Premiership defences all season.
Yeah, sure.
All season. Now, for me and Marcus maybe, so I'm just going to say what needs to be said without sitting on the fence. They didn't play him because he was black, bruv. Yeah, they brought him to make up the numbers. We got a black face in there, but we had no intention of playing him. And Luis Enrique showed that.
Yeah. No,
Luis Enrique showed that because, like he says, they were in situations where a goal down.
Yeah.
Italy, come on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows Italy is slow. You got Traore on the bench, throw him on, and do something.
Yeah, man.
But who did they bring on? They brought on all of the Caucasian players to turn it round, and you know that's what happens. I'm just saying it as I see it, bro. I could be wrong, and you know, I put my hands up, but I'm just being real because you cannot. Luis Enrique, I would love to sit in front of it. Explain to me, Mr. Enrique, why you played what? Probably about 5 games. So you had your group games, 3 games in the group stage, the knockout stage, 4 quarterfinals, the 5th game. So you played 5 games.
Yeah.
And Traore didn't get 1 minute, didn't give a second in none of them. Explain that.
No, I agree with you, Anton. And the thing is, I'm actually trying to remember. I don't even think I even saw
he came in again.
Them sending him out to warm up.
No, I think...
every time I saw Traore, it'd be after the game is finished, and he'd have his shorts on, he'd have his short and a training top or something, might have his boots on. But he never, as he says, Marcus, I never seen him running up and down, warming up, getting nothing. The only reason I saw that he was there was when I saw him on the pitch after the game. Other than that, you didn't know he was even there. And I find that hard. How can you not play Traore? How? If you can bring him to the spot, you have to play that youth. You have to. Even
the impact role, like, you know, you got tired defenses.
Bring him off the bench.
20 minutes every game. Defenders will be like, yo, we're tired now. Like,
the best example was the Italy game, bruv. You could put on Traore and say, listen, Traore, I know you don't play there, but I just want you to go up top.
Up top, that's it. Yeah. And
play between Bonucci and Chiellini, and players. They're going to be scared of this youth. So I want my midfielders to be backing him up because chances are going to come.
Yeah.
And I would have given him at least 30 minutes on that pitch. I personally would have gave Traore 30 minutes because I know in 30 minutes he's going to cause that Italian defence problems.
Bro, they would have to go deep and bring even deeper, and then all of a sudden you've got a different game going on because everyone's gone deeper, and you can play your tiki-taka football higher up the pitch when you've got players with pace, and that's a dangerous. But there's a common denominator going on here. Certain black players are getting left out, and let's be real, this pattern follows over to the England team. But we'll get there because we'll get there because I feel that, you know, everyone thinks, oh yeah, it's a Spanish problem. No. We'll expose the English problem. We'll address it. We'll address it. We'll focus. Something's coming, and that's why I have to salute the likes of France and Portugal, who got in the finals of last tournament. They got to a stage now where they got black players just coming here because your guys are doing your thing anyway still, yeah. And I think France is just let them all loose. If you watch La Liga, anyone who watches La Liga, it is straight up. You got major teams full of black players. You know what I'm saying? Or from African, I don't say African players, from North Africans all the way down to southern sub-Saharan nation players. So which is fantastic. But we'll get there anyway. So yeah. But who else is highlight? Bale, the most highly paid player probably in the whole tournament. He's on 500 grand a week. Did he look like that this tournament, guys, for Wales?
Again, I think my personal take on Gareth Bale. Personally, I think he was done a disservice the whole season by Jose Mourinho at Tottenham.
Okay.
he only started to play games when Mourinho got sacked, if you noticed.
Yeah.
He didn't play many games under Mourinho.
Yeah.
Didn't start many games under Mourinho.
Yeah.
So I think Mourinho does what he does. I think Mourinho has agendas, I think, personally. That's just me personally.
Yeah,
I think he's got agendas around people. Gareth Bale's a big name player.
Okay.
Jose Mourinho, he's a big name manager. You know, as the old Jamaican, two ball can't run in a one place. And I think Jose Mourinho has that mentality. That's what I pick up. It's I'm the big fish. You can't be a big... Pogba, when he's at Man U, same thing. I'm the big fish. You can't be a big fish with me.
Yeah. It's ego.
I'm
It's
Jose
ego.
Mourinho.
It's
exactly.
His ego.
And I think because of that, Gareth suffered. So he's not as fit as he's supposed to be. Going into that tournament, if he played the whole season, he'd be going on with things.
Yeah, man.
He'd be going on with things.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, Wales, you see the problem with Wales? They punched above the weight and they got spanked.
Yeah. And Denmark kind of managed them a little bit still.
Just made them say, calm down a bit, calm down a bit. You know what I mean?
They got good little talent coming through, but they're kind of lightweight talent, if you know what I'm saying. You know, little speedy.
There's no one that I would brag about in the world team. Even talking about Gareth Bale, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, in all the time that I've known Gareth Bale as a player, I can't think of one tournament where I can say he's done bits. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I feel like he's a club player.
He's not an international player. He's not international tournaments. Yeah.
I'll tell you,
he's been bits at clubs and stuff like that, but every time he goes to international, the expectation's there. But I can't remember one tournament. Anything that he's done good has always come usually like in the friendlies on the lead up to whatever. But I've never seen him actually on the big stage perform. I don't know. Again, if it's a case of because he's what you can say potentially he's the one superstar in the world's team, so he hasn't got other people of his level to kind of like work alongside him. I don't know if that's the reason, but I haven't seen anything from him.
True. We get back to the old adage of people labelling players world class. Because if you you can go to Wales right now and they're going to tell you we've got two world class players, Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey. For the life of me, and I'm an Arsenal fan, and Aaron Ramsey, bro. He had one good season. For me, I'll tell you straight, Wales fans, you can pelt him if you want. Aaron Ramsey's a cheap, poor man's version to Frank Lampard. Simple as. Greedy midfielder wants to score a bag of goals.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't really rate Lampard, but anyway, still, I get you there. No, 100%, I get what you're saying. But all right then, guys, who else highlights Belgium? Lukaku. Somebody said something the other day. They were in a situation with a few. Wilmot got
the last manager. Got sacked at it
because he was in the same situation as they realised. A bit too late that he never had the balls for the job. Yeah, basically they needed an actual manager. Then Martinez came in a bit late now with an aging squad. Yeah, rather than having a fresh young squad like Wilmot had like for the past 4 or 5 years. And somebody said that could be the situation with Gareth Southgate, which we'll get to. You know what I mean? Well, will he mess up a generation of players at their prime? You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't have the management skill to deliver. You know what I mean? So it's okay getting Jan Wilmot, who was a great servant of Belgium, and chucking him in the management role of amazing ballers, but can't get together. Imagine they had company, yeah? Fresh company, a fresh Vertonghen, a fresh, what's that guy from Arsenal who plays in defence? Vermaelen?
Vermaelen, yeah.
Yeah, Vermaelen. Yeah, all these guys, when they're in their 20s, he had them all, and he messed it up.
But you want me to tell you the truth, Roger? Again, you see, this is the problem. Everybody says all these Vermaelen. Bro, if these geezers were playing at Ajax Amsterdam, probably 2 tough games a season. Let's be real. It's like they might as well played in Scotland. It was no different to when Virgil van Dijk played for Celtic.
Yeah.
No, but nobody saw him. I remember Virgil van Dijk. I remember saying, he's a baller. I remember when he came from Herenveen to
Celtic. Yeah,
and I said, he's a player.
Yeah.
He's a player. But nobody takes that punt. And I think a lot of the time, you see, because people grow up, people are very quick to band out this class, this and world class, that and rare. Thomas Vermaelen came to Arsenal. as a defender, I'd probably give him 6.5, 7 out of 10 tops.
Okay.
What's the geezer? Superman at Tottenham for Tongan.
Yeah,
Same.
Yeah.
The best defender out of all of those is Alderbelder, and he's about a 7.5, 8.
Do you rate Company
You understand? Again, Company had a great presence. Didn't think he was the greatest defender. He's not a Virgil van Dijk, if that's what you're saying to me.
though? No, it's not that.
If I was to compare Vincent Kompany, I compare him more to a Harry Maguire.
Okay.
Limited.
Okay.
Uses his height, advantage, heads the ball, but limited on the ball because Vincent Kompany couldn't bring a ball out defence and stroke it around. He couldn't do that. Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Van Dijk can do all that. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're checking it out, when you really look at this Belgian team, are they as great as people make out? Yes, we know Kevin De Bruyne. What can you say?
Yeah.
We know Hazard when he was at Chelsea in his prime, disgraceful.
Yeah.
Lukaku improved a lot.
He's looking sharp now.
I felt, but I'll be honest, I've always rated Lamelo Lukaku from my first seeing him.
Yeah. Back in Chelsea.
I always thought he was the reincarnation of Drogba. When Drogba finishes, that's Lukaku's time. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't think Lukaku has that same finesse on the ball as a Drogba. Drogba looked comfortable on the ball, whereas Lukaku don't look really comfortable on the ball.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
Yeah.
So I think with Holland, I think with Belgium, I think they've just been overly hyped, bro. I really do, because if we was to go through their team, player for player, how can they be ranked higher than France?
But the number one in the world, and how on earth with that defense?
They've never won nothing.
Yeah.
They've never won a major trophy. So how can they be number one and France are the current world champions? How? So if we was to sit down, paper for paper, we put Belgium starting 11 and we put France's starting 11. How many players out of Belgium do you think we're going to have in that team? We probably have. I'll be honest with you, my personal opinion, it's a hard choice between Courtois and Lloris because I don't rate him. Lloris, I think, is the most overrated goalie going.
For goodness sake, bro. 100%, bro.
The most overrated goalie going, Hugo Lloris. For me, he got down well for that penalty against the Swiss.
Yeah.
So how comes he couldn't get down for the said header?
Yeah.
He got to the corner to get the penalty. So how comes he couldn't get the header? I don't understand. And sometimes I've seen some goals go past Hugo Lloris and you think, really?
Easy in goals. Nah, 100%.
I don't rate him.
Yeah,
sorry to quit.
Yeah.
So if we was to go through and break it player by player, I don't think Belgium would beat France. So I don't understand for the life of me.
Why the top?
Okay.
Yeah, I think there was one point where you saw, like, I think I'm talking going back years now, where if you won the tournament, you were automatically considered the number one, the best.
Yeah.
Where now I think it's more.
Them days are gone, bro.
I
Them days
think
are
now
gone.
they're basing it on maybe wins in a row, maybe how many goals are scored in the games, that kind of stuff. But it's not a representation of how great the team is.
Bro, you're the best team. You're ranked number one in the world, yet France are the world champions. France are the world champions. So why aren't they ranked number one in the world?
Well,
they are the world champions. Belgium, you didn't even get to the final and lose. You didn't get to the final. So how are you still rated number ones? Okay. How many World Cups of what ranking of Germany in the world now?
Well,
but the point is, listen to my point.
Yeah.
Whatever ranking they are, we as football people, because we've been watching football for years, us three here, we know about football. But whatever ranking they are, we can say Germany deserve, because where they used to be, we know they're not nowhere near that. But they're previous World Cup winners, they're previous European champions. So if they're like, we'll just say Germany are ranked 9th in world football right now. How can Belgium be ranked higher than Germany and they've never won an international tournament in their life? Okay,
Anthony, I'm going to hit some stats to you, man. I just got the FIFA World Rankings on, Let me just go through the order. Belgium's number 1. France is number 2. Brazil's number 3. England's number 4. Portugal's number 5. Spain's number 6. Italy's 7. Argentina 8. Uruguay 9. Denmark 10, Mexico 11, then Germany 12.
Germany at 12. Hold on then. So let's stop right there. Germany at 12 and England at 4th. Based on what? You've been to one final in 55 years. One final in 55 years, yet you're ranked number 4. How many World Cups, European have Germany won in those 55 years?
Bro, they cleaned up, bro.
Arrest my case.
Bro, they got
Arrest the case.
The stars are all over their team, man. And Italy now, that's 6 tournaments. You have to rate Italy, man. I think it's 6 tournaments to 1. So you know it's 100% a thing up. But the thing is, I think it's
4 World Cups and 2 European Championships.
I think Belgium's in trouble now. I think that's their last chance with this generation. I think I don't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I look at their defense and it's just like,
bro.
The best 2 players in that Belgium side right now, in my opinion, is Lukaku and De Bruyne.
Without a doubt.
Hazard, I think Hazard's younger brother's better than him now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, Eden's finished. I think Eden's finished.
So literally, like you said, that generation for me is gone now. Like once De Bruyne leaves Belgium, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
They're in trouble because a lot of goals is coming from his play. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
Do you know what, for me though, regarding what you just said, the Belgian thing, it's gone out of my mind now. Carry on.
Yeah, man. So that's the anyway. But listen, guys, I know that we've kind of, once again, we're doing a bit on the review things. But either way, I must admit, guys, it's been a fun tournament in terms of watching and seeing teams, crumble. But there's a bit of an issue that I want to talk about. There's a couple of things that come up that people have struggled with, stats. That's come up with stats. You remember, now we are coming from a generation where we saw the likes of Baggio. Yeah, we grew up watching Brazilians take free kicks. We grew up around. You remember the days of seeing a free kick? It used to be an experience to see on a free kick, and in the tournament you seen a Brazilian get a free. It's like a penalty. It's like, yo, don't give a real. It's like even, and I don't really rate him with free kicks, but Branco, you remember Branco from Brazil? All these guys, man. And then you got Roberto Carlos. It's like, nah, you can't give away a free kick. Only one free kick went on target. This only went in this tournament, innit? Nobody else scored a free kick. Only one Denmark.
Only the Denmark free kick I can remember. Yeah,
Denmark. And we have to say, we won't go into too much detail on this. It seems like the set piece drama, is it the footballs that are letting us down? Because the even penalties were messing up, man. What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it is.
Always goalkeeper's good.
I think it comes down to 2 things, especially when you talk about free kicks. If you look at all the teams, especially the top teams, your Portugals, your Frances, and stuff like that, what tends to happen a lot is that their supposed superstar of their team pulls rank. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Ronaldo is always on free kicks, but he's stat for stat, right? He doesn't score many.
Shocking.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you look at Roberto Carlos here. He had that one tournament where he scored an absolute screamer. So then automatically people he was going to score all the time, and he hardly ever scored. But anytime he got on the ball, everyone feared him for some reason.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the problem with the free kicks, is that in a lot of these teams, certain people just pull rank, where actually this person over there is better on set balls than you are. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even do you remember there was a period in England where Harry Kane was taking all the free kicks? I was like, what the hell's going on with that?
Taking corners and all sorts.
So I think there's a lot of that issue going on, where rather than pulling back saying, I'm Ronaldo, I'm blah, blah, let's look and say, okay, who's been scoring more free kicks for their club, for the country, and let's just put them on it because we want to win this game. So I think that's the first issue. I did hear in the tournament, one of the pundits said about the ball and it flies and this, that, and the other. Listen, you could make a ball made out of the finished plastic with nothing inside it. As far as I'm concerned, right? As long as your wage check tells me that you're getting a certain amount of money, I want to see that ball hit the target all the time. You score or the keeper saves it. I don't want to see them misses that I'm seeing.
Yeah, man. No, for real. We'll get onto Pepe Inzaghi yesterday, because I don't think he had a right foot yesterday for the whole game anyway. Still yet, because but anyway, we can all argue and say that players tournaments got to the head and whatever. But I totally agree with you, Marx. I do think that, you let the best free kick taker take it, even if you're a top baller. You know what I mean? I've seen, and you say it's always the name player takes it, you know what I mean? And that's when Denmark, we saw somebody, we thought, who on earth is this? And he just lick a good shot, and you thought, fair play to him. You know what I'm saying?
The question is this, but you see, I hear what Marcus has said, and this is a very good point, Brad. Would that geezer have took the free kick if Christian Eriksen was playing?
Nope. Mark wins. Yeah. But then Eriksen will probably hit his target. He's a good free kick. He's a decent.
He can take a good free kick, Eriksen. But that's what I'm saying. And like Marcus says, he's spot on. I think my personal take on free kicks and stuff like that. When you go back, as he says, Raj, we're going back. We can go back generations looking at football.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, only the big baller would. Go and take the free kick. Them little idiot right backs, they just stay where they are, bro. Badjo's on the pitch. Badjo's taking that free kick. Nobody's arguing. Nobody's nothing. When Zico and Brazil, nobody's arguing Zico.
But Anthony, he would score though. But he would score. Badjo them will hit.
But my point is, bro, they left them because everybody knew. At the end of training, Badjo's practicing his free kicks. So when the free kicks come in the game, who's taking him? Badjo is standard. We don't need to have arguments. We don't need to do this. And I will say, Ronaldo, I don't think when Ronaldo was at Man United, he had that time where he could take a free kick, bro. You know what I mean? But and again, David Beckham was the same. Anytime he got a free kick, Bex country. This is Bex now.
Yeah.
And then. You start to see Teddy Sheringham might be rolling next to him, or so because I can take a free kick. Shearer, Shearer takes free. You get what I'm saying, bro? Everybody's just looking at glory. Everybody's got to that glory stage now. I can take a free kick. I've scored 2 in training, but my man scored like 10 in big games. But I can score, and that's what happens. It's like the big players. Like Marcus says, they don't have that. It's like the other players think, I can do just as good as him. I can do that. I can do that. You know what I mean? Because I'm still flabbergasted why Thiago Alcantara can only get 15 minutes in extra time in the Euros. I can't understand how we can't start a game. I just don't understand it. And again, this is what I'm saying, the tokenism of the black player, bro.
But
Thiago Alcantara, how many Champions Leagues has he won? How many Champions Leagues has he won? How many league titles has he won? And you're telling me
he's not good enough to. He's not good enough to.
He's not good enough to start for Spain. He gets 15 minutes in extra time.
Bro, this golden, I'll say golden balls mentality where you got these golden boys come through, aka Mount, and they play above anybody. You know what I'm saying? That comes in, and now they got the new golden balls in Spain, which is Pedri. You know what I mean? So he will start over everybody for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? It's like Busquets, he will start no matter what.
Yeah, but the point is, all right, Pedri plays for Barca. He's had a great season. He's only a kid. He's a very talented boy.
Very good.
You can see that.
Yeah.
You can see that. So I don't have a problem with talent, bro. I have a problem with mediocre. That's why I have a problem.
Yeah.
My problem's this. For as much as they're going to laud about Busquets cannot lace up Thiago Alcantara's boots. I'm sorry. No, he can't.
Yeah, man.
No, he can't. Because remember, Pep loved Thiago so much, he took him from Barca and brought him to Bayern.
Yeah. That's it. Big baller.
And he was the closest thing to a Xavi and Iniesta. Thiago, he was the closest thing.
Yeah, man.
Busquets is just, Busquets is the Spanish Didier Deschamps.
Yeah.
Water carrier. That's all he is.
Yeah,
you cannot tell me he's a better footballer than Thiago Alcantara. You can't tell me that.
No.
So why didn't he play? I'll tell you why. Because he's black and he's that way. And as much as we want to kill ourselves and don't admit it, bro, I believe them managers of these national teams get a directive from above. I swear to God, I believe that happens. Listen, I know we're going to pick black players, but
Not too
Keep it
many.
to a bare minimum.
No, bare minimum. No. It's so these European championships. They says, listen, man, we don't want to see a France situation and Portugal in the final where you got more black players. For anything else, we can't be going there. We cannot be going there. Right, guys, time's going and we need to get to the meat of the today's show. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I must admit, this tournament in terms of for footballing action and excitement, there's been some great games. Technically, as football wise, what has been your favorite games, guys, so far? Not so far on the tournament.
My favorite game throughout the tournament for excitement.
Yeah.
For excitement, I think it was the Spain-Croatia game.
Okay, cool.
Because Spain were 3-1 up with about 96 minutes gone.
Yeah.
And then by 98 minutes, it's 3-3.
Yeah.
That was a big game. That game. Another big game was obviously the French 3-3 game.
Yeah.
That was a big game for me as well. That was a great game.
Italy-Belgium was a good game.
Bro, there's a lot of good games.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Italy,
when you
Italy,
think about it, it wasn't just about the high scoring game, but there was some
Spain,
technical game. Yeah, Italy-Spain was a great game technical wise.
And I tell you what, guys, Portugal versus Germany. I know Germany whacked them, but that was a game, man. 4-2. Yeah, and we went out to Sanchez. Come on. And to be honest, even Belgium versus Portugal, you know what I mean? That was Portugal can't score, and Belgium was just hanging on for dear life, and it was and we saw Renato Sancho. No, is it France versus Portugal when Renato Sanchez literally bullied Kante and Pogba? That was like, what the heck? Literally bullied Kante. I'd never seen that in my life.
There's one point where I saw Pogba go down and I'm thinking, you look at this little man just like deal with you like that.
Yeah, Rasta come and just knock him over and say, yo. Yo, it's a long locks to say, yo, and then poppy hairstyles, having bro. That's some proper big man hairstyles, you know? But no, I must agree, guys, in terms of that, there's some great, I must admit, there must have been at least 4 or 5 strong games, and technically like Italy, Spain, that was a footballer's semi-final. If you want a ball game, just technicalities and, you know what I mean, gripping. So it's definitely good for there anyway. So yeah, and a quick last point as well. Who was your favorite player for the whole tournament? Who was the player? And don't say Donnarumma.
The boy from Kingston.
Okay, you reckon Sterling?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I got
because
that.
at the end of the day, let's look at it, as I said, before the game yesterday, Raheem Sterling either scored or had a hand in every goal England scored in this tournament. Facts.
Man of a tournament, Sterling. So you got Sterling, and then you've got for me, I must admit, I love Chiesa this tournament. I think he was he has made a difference. He made a difference. And I was struggling why they didn't start him, because I've been watching him for Juve for the past for the season. I've been watching him for Fiorentina the season before. That guy's back at Fiorentina. Somebody needs to buy that dude. I don't know why no one is lining up and I'm sure they could get him for 40 mil. Yo, bro, that's the most cheapest 40 mil you can get out there. The guy's aggressive, fast, fearless, commits defenders. He went onto Carl Walker's side and said, I will deal with him, and done him.
Done that, Carl Walker was quaking. Carl Walker was so glad when he went off. He was so, and if you noticed, when he went to the left, that's when Italy started to turn on the
Yeah. Insigne got bullied by Walker big time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Too small and lightweight. You know what I'm saying?
It was always going to happen, that was.
Most definitely. So listen, guys, we're gonna get into the final itself anyway. So yeah, but let's talk about the final from a footballing perspective. Did the best team win?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
The thing is, I said it from early on that Italy, for me, were the team that were playing probably some of the best football in the whole tournament. And I didn't see anything in the final that would change my mind about that. The one thing that I did say was that I felt if Italy had scored first, then we wouldn't have even had extra time. I think they would have just locked that piece up for 90 minutes. And now they've been game done by 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Standard. You know what Italian teams do, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Luck off the game. It's like what they did against Belgium. But what would you say though? Like when Italy scored straight away, I was like, I was just in the room. You know, when the game starts off, I was watching an iPlayer, and I heard my wife, because you know, obviously she's there, England, and I heard my wife celebrate, and I thought, nah. The things have started, and I walked in the other room, and I thought, nah, this iPlayer can't be this far back. And I walked in the room, and I saw them celebrating with Shaw, and I was like, okay, a bit of love there because he's a Man United player. And I said to my missus, straight, and she can witness this. I said to her, it's too early to score against Italy. England,
I said the same thing.
England will be gassed for 15 minutes. And then the only way they can hold a game like this, they can attack, and then they can't control the game. So the next thing you're going to do is allow Italy to control the game. Once Italy can control the game, then it's too long ago.
I think the early goal kind of deceived people, because I've been saying this to people from the outset. For the time I saw the England formation and they had 5 at the back, I said to myself, they'll come to defend. Straight. The only thing is that they scored straight away, so it made it look like they were being more attacking than they actually were. Yeah. They were coming to defend, and I think that's what their problem was, that they scored that early goal and then they sat back.
I was just going to mention the same point, Marcus.
Literally, they sat back. If they kept the pressure on, I think maybe something could have been a bit different, maybe. But the thing is, what you got to realize is, like Italy's not them nonsense teams where you score against them and then they mind goals, you know. The same mentality they had, they came in at the blow the whistle. They'll carry that for the 90 minutes, regardless of what the score is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if you don't play your game, you're in trouble. But they'll have winners on the team. What you have to realize, bro, as well. Chiellini, but these guys. How many times have you watched Serie A and Juventus is like 2-0 down after with 20 minutes to go, and then man just know them situations and and as much as I have to rate Mancini for opening up the whole squad to the whole Italian league, he said, okay, then we don't have the ballers in the top clubs that to sustain, and that is saying we can't just go to Milan and say, yo, Baresi, Maldini, Nest, you know them days there, Anthony, just bring out the whole. You have the whole midfield from Italy, Inter. Sorry, you have the whole midfield from the defense from.
You have the whole defense from AC Milan, and then you have the strikers from Juventus.
Juventus, you know what I'm saying? You have Baggio and Del Pio up front, or something silly like that, so that they could get away with that and just have one player from Parma. Them days are over.
You know they did really well, right? Is I think that what made Mancini such an expert, in fact, that tournament is that from the outset he had the right balance of youth and experience. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about, there is no centre back pairing in the whole that tournament better than Chiellini and Bonucci.
Yeah, simple.
Hands down.
Not even close.
Yeah. And then you got man like Verratti, which has got experience in himself, and some of them other guys. Then you can fit up players like, what's his name now?
Jorginho.
No, not Jorginho. What's the young guy that we was just saying we like?
Chiesa,
and some of the young guys in because they got the experience. You know what I'm saying? When England scored, right? You see man like Chiellini and Bonucci, they're just putting their hands on their head saying, guys, stay focused.
Stay focused, man. Yeah.
And the thing is, for the whole tour, what I loved about Chiellini, every tackle he made, the man celebrated it.
He does it all the time. That's how they do it. That's how them Italians do. Every clearance, you see them firms in. Everybody's getting the firms in. Everybody's firms in up and that. That's probably, and this is what I'm saying, Marcus. I'm glad you raised that point because I always have this argument with players. The difference with Italy and every other nation in the world, Italy's defenders are bought and paid to defend.
Yeah, man. It's not passive.
If they get a goal, that's a super bonus. But their pride and joy is clean sheet.
Simple.
And that's the difference. And that's the difference between Italy and every other country in world football. Because if you look at England, bro, how can you got 3 minutes to go in the Europa Cup final and you're playing Marcus Rashford at right back?
But we'll get to that, man.
You understand? But this is my point. What I'm saying to you, fam. This is what I'm saying. Mancini's not doing that.
He ain't bringing on no.
He ain't bringing on a striker to play him at right back. because we got to get him on the pitch because he has to take a penalty. No,
Nah, that's not how you run. That's not how you run football.
that's how you run a football team.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, the problem that these English club managers need to look at. When you buy this, and this is the arguments I have with certain Arsenal fans, because they'll say, oh yeah, we need to buy this player because he can score. Bro, I don't want you to buy no defenders to score goals. They're here to defend.
Yeah, man. Clean sheet, man.
If they can't defend, don't bring them.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. Your first class, what's your on your whatever it is on your CV, defend that. That's what I'm paying you for. I'm paying you to defend. Jurgen Klopp didn't go out and buy my man for 75 million for the 5-6 goals he might pop up in a season with. He didn't buy him for that. He He bought him to stop goals going in at the other end.
Yeah, man.
And this is what teams need to remember when they're going out buying players. When you're going out to buy players, don't just he's good on set pieces and he's good at decent. No. When you buy a striker, do you buy a striker to see if he can assist? No, I buy a striker because I want to know he can put the ball in the onion basket.
Okay, talking about strikers, bro. Yeah, talking about strikers. Kane had an amazingly great game. This is coming out of the pundits yesterday. Yeah, he was an amazing. He had a brilliant game. Yeah, this is what the pundits, and this is what cheeses me off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like this now. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Kane would have looked better if he had a Rashford in front of him, if he wanted to do that. But there was no one up there for anyone to absolutely...
No one.
And for me...
There was one point where I see Luke Shaw whipped in across. Nobody
was in the box.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you said that, Rog. I'm glad you said that because for me, here we go again. And this is what I'm saying. For me, there's an ulterior plan for that England team yesterday. That's just my opinion. And I say this because we played a 3-5-2. They played yesterday, innit?
Yeah, 5-3-2. Yeah.
Who was the most forward player to play off Kane? Mount, innit?
It's Mount and Sterling either side. That's it. They played.
Okay, So really, what they should have done, they should have put Kane dropping, like Marcus says, and push Rashford as the centre forward.
As centre forward, that's it.
If you're playing at 3-5-2, you play Kane and Rashford up top.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Kane can drop off.
Yeah.
Rashford can push forward or swap because Rashford can do that as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to do that, but they didn't want, bro, because they didn't want to give the darkies the chance to be the heroes.
You know, and you know, I'm going to have a bit of a go at the England team there still. Yeah, to be honest as well, it's sometimes when you played 5-3-2. Mourinho said before the game, he says, I don't know why he's doing 3-5-2 because that sets up for you're setting yourself up for the kill with the Italians. But he said it depends on how you play it. The problem is there's no controllers in midfield for England to control the game. And to be honest, Rice and Phillips played a good game in terms of pragmatically, but as if you compare to them physically to Verratti and Jorginho, physically them two should be slapping them two mans all over the place. But who controlled them? If Jorginho is playing like Marcus, you know, you mean doing coaching, Anthony? You're coaching the kids and you're saying to them, "Yo, go there." He's pointing to people when he's got the ball. How on earth do you do that? If you're doing that, who's marking you? Who is marking you to allow you to stand up there and point to where you want the player to go? That's almost disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Well, going back to what you said earlier, the last point with regards to, if you remember, after England's goal, how many other goal chances did you see England create in the game?
None.
Exactly. Like Marcus says, England set up to go to penalties.
Yeah.
They're set up to go to penalties. And this is what I'm saying. You see, this is where Gareth Southgate has to look at himself, because for me, if I was England manager, bro, my team would have started, because we're playing Italy, and I know, no disrespect, Italy have got no pace. I've seen snails faster. I've seen Per Mertesackers as fast as probably the fastest Italian. Yeah? So, my point's this. I would have, Gareth Southgate could have done it two ways. Start off the first half, as you did. You see, after about 10 minutes into the second, I'm bringing on pure black players because they've got pace. We've got pace to burn, bro. We've got pace to burn. And we're supposed to be controlling stuff. And we're supposed to be running things. And Sancho could have done that. Saka could have done that. Rashford could have done that.
Yeah, 100%.
All those players could have done that. You understand? So I don't want to.
And you can see the mentality as well, because like there was one point when he brought on Jordan Henderson, I thought, what on earth is it that you're trying to do here? Why are you being on Henderson? And this is he brought on Henderson, I'm sure, before he brought on Grealish, isn't it? I think that was the swap, in fact, wasn't it?
Bro, you want to get
afterwards? He brought him off to bring Grealish on.
And then they took off Henderson in the end because he can't take a penalty. I know Henderson can take penalties, bro. You know what I mean? I know Henderson can take penalties.
I would have preferred him on a penalty.
But we'll get to penalties in a bit. And I don't know how you feel. I want to go back to Chiellini still. Yeah, did you get a little giggle when Chiellini grabbed up Sacco? I think that's a classic old school.
Listen,
okay,
this is what I don't get here, right? The way we know players pull players back here, right? But for me, yeah, right, Chiellini would have got a red for me for that. The aggression behind that pull was deep. It was just so deep. He would definitely have got a red for that foul right there. So
seriously? Okay. You reckon that was a red? Okay, cool.
Yeah, because like I said, like pulling is part of the football in a way. You know it's going to happen, but the way he did it, yeah, right, and the aggression, like it was ridiculous. I've never seen anybody pulled like that in football in all my life.
You know what? It's the way he smiles afterwards. It's like, oh man, I'll take the yellow. I'll take the yellow. It's almost the way he approach it, and the thing is. You see with him, he manages the referee as well, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, he manages the referee, and he and so him and the referee are brethren. You know what I'm saying? Him and his referees are brethren, and he's all cool with the whole scenario. So he already knows that he's gonna get a yellow card, and he can say to the referee, yeah. You know, I'll take the yellow card for that. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, that's that. I mean, to a certain point, you can say it's experience, because someone like Chiellini, yeah, right? When he realizes he wasn't going to get the ball, there was no way he was going to let Saka go anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't mind
whether he chop him down or pull him, whatever. Saka wasn't going anywhere anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's the Chiellini.
Can I just say this? We're talking about offences. Jorginho, the challenge on Jack Grealish.
Oh yeah, my day.
Hold on, my question is this: how comes VAR didn't look at it then?
Bro,
they didn't look at a lot of stuff in that game. Mad.
Bro,
in the whole tournament,
yesterday, I was thinking to myself, what if they only use VAR for goals? I've noticed they don't use it for nothing else.
But that's the European way, though, Anthony. I think that's the European way. I think that's how Europe uses. That's why they don't have as much problems as us. Yeah, over here we use it every 2 seconds because let's be real. You know what I mean? VAR should have came in for the England game, and I think you know what messed them up as well. And it's what England don't realise: don't use your cards in the semi-final because none of them cards they couldn't bring them out against Sterling when he went down in the box. Yeah, so and also you know with the VAR decisions yesterday, they could have come in, but they didn't. But I just think they used their cards beforehand and had the laser in Schmeichel's head. The referees were like, you know what, still, let the referee control it. And the referee controlled the game good, to be honest. You know what I mean? He did a great job anyway, still, on there. But now, going up, obviously we have to, you know, we can analyse the game until the cows come home. But ultimately, Roy Keane made a comment about the penalty situation. He felt like
before you start there, have you seen the tweet that Jack Grealish put out?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I saw that. Cool. So I'm with Keane. There is no way on earth that Sacco should be taking a penalty with so much pressure. I've watched penalties a long time, and I've seen man like Shevchenko, Marco van Basten. I'm seeing quality ballers. Roberto Baggio slip at this hurdle in the finals. What on earth are you doing with a bag of paid not 20 grand a week, not 34 grand a week, champion winning players? Sure, Grealish, Sterling. You know, I even goalkeeper himself, Pickford. Yeah, experienced players are letting somebody at the age of 19 take the final penalty, and you do not bring on two subs that have been watching the whole tournament and give him 2 seconds to come out and take the penalties. But that's just where I'm at, and that's what
you do if they're black.
and Keane was cussing off. But then we had the shock news today. Grealish is like, hold on a second, I wanted to take a penalty. So we go, hold on a second, Southgate. What's going on here, mate? What is going on? Grealish, captain of Aston Villa, is saying, I will take the penalty.
And the thing is, I believe him, because if you watched when they had the huddle,
and you
he
see him
talked
go.
to Grealish,
and you see him go, I'll have it, I'll do it, I'll take it. I said it.
I'm looking at him, and I actually saw when he pointed at Saka, but I'm thinking, nah, he can't be pointing at Saka. And again, I would never have given him a penalty to take it, but if you're going to let him take it, he's got to take it on the first three. He can't be the deciding penalty.
No. And you notice Kane jerked out to that responsibility, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A responsibility of that whole scenario. But but Kane, I'm proper disgusted and just disappointed. You know what I mean? For me, you cannot watch a tournament, don't play proper pressure football for the whole tournament, and then how can I say, you come on the pitch for 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you're watching the game there, Mark, imagine you're there and the thing, you're cold, your body's cold, you've been having all that nervousness in your body, you at least need to touch the ball. But the thing is, the only players that can get away with doing that is if you man like Mata. You know, when you're them levels of players, when you just experienced and you got control over your body. And
I have to say, even experience, whether it was Mata, Mbappe, Haaland, or any of them guys, I would have still cussed the same situation. Say, you left me off for the whole period, bring them for the last 2 minutes. Because even if you make them run up and down the pitch here, right, for the game, it's not the same as when you're on the pitch, proper running amongst other players, getting a proper feel of the ball, and your mind changes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Go on, what are you saying?
Your whole mindset changes. So.
I just wanted to give you some breaking news, lads. Manchester United have been given permission to negotiate personal terms with Raphael Varane ahead of a potential move from Real Madrid. Sky Sports. Varane's going Old Trafford, fam. Varane's going Old Trafford, fam.
Okay. That's good news.
That's a Varane Maguire link, then.
Yeah. Now, he seen Maguire play, so he said, yeah, man, I want to play next to that brother.
Varane's not that very fast, though. I wouldn't say he's like, you know.
He was before. He's lost a lot of his pace. A lot of his pace.
For the injuries that took it out of him. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And I'm thinking about it.
He's probably as fast as Maguire.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying to you, bro. That's what I'm saying to you. But anyway, that's another story.
Okay, cool. But
going back to the penalties. Yeah. Going back to the penalties. For me, Gareth Southgate, the buck stops with Gareth Southgate. He's the manager.
Yeah.
You were supposed to know your penalty takers before the kickoff. You're supposed to know, and obviously you're going to say, yeah, but some of the players might have to come off and blah, blah. Yeah, but you plan ahead. You know, if Roger has to come off, Marcus is going to come on and Marcus can take a penalty. You understand? You don't wait and think, what am I going to do now? Roger's coming off. I haven't thought about this. What am I going to... I'll just give it to Saka. He's 19. That's second. No. And this is what I'm saying. For me, Raheem Sterling was never going to take a penalty because I've seen Raheem. Don't you remember when Raheem's been on 2 goals for Man City and he's taking penalties and he's missed? He can't take penalties.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've got no problem if a man says, you know what, Gaffer, I'm not feeling this. I don't want it. Safe. It's better you do that because if you're not confident, come on, bro. You know, what's the point doing something if you're not confident?
Yeah. True.
You understand what I'm saying? So with that in question, now this is where Gareth Southgate has to, this is where you earn your money. This is where managers earn their dough. Now look at Jorginho. Jorginho's Italy's #1 penalty taker. He takes number 5. Why is Harry Kane taking the first? I'm going to give you why Harry Kane took the first. I'm going to break it down to you. Go back to the Denmark game. His bottom went when he took the penalty. That's the poorest penalty you've seen Harry Kane take. Harry Kane didn't want the pressure. That's why he took the first penalty yesterday. He didn't want the pressure because he cracked under the pressure. If you go back to the Denmark game, look at his penalty.
True.
Look at his penalty yesterday compared to Denmark.
That's bottom corner, you know, bro. Bottom corner.
Nobody was getting that. It was side netting, bro. He went into the side netting because he was that confident. Because it was the first penalty, and he knows even if I miss it, we still got 4 penalties to take, so I'm safe.
Yeah. That's it. It's not gonna be me. It's not my fault.
He didn't want that pressure situation.
But he's captain, bro.
That pressure situation.
He's captain as well.
Yeah, he's captain. He's captain.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's
so
captain.
That shows you what kind of captain he is. He's a cowardly captain. And I'll show you why. Go back to the Italy game when they lost to France. They were Spain, and they were showing Chiellini. Who was the first player Chiellini went to when Italy won? Locatelli. That's what captains do, bro.
Yeah.
That's what captains do.
Yeah.
When everybody was celebrating,
yeah.
You see Chiellini hogging up Locatelli in the centre circle because he was distraught because he missed his penalty.
Yeah, man.
That's what captains do.
Yeah.
Captain Kane. Waste man Kane. Waste man, fam. Waste man. Got no minerals, mate. You got no minerals. That's why you play for Tottenham, and that's why you've never won a trophy, because you got no minerals, bro. And you'll stay at Tottenham this year because you got no minerals, bro. Because if you got minerals, you'll come out tomorrow and say, Levy, here's my transfer request. I'm off.
Yeah.
You'll wait to see if that happens.
No
minerals, bro. And you don't allow. What kind of grown man will allow? That's like you, Marcus. You've got a young son who's 19. You're going to make your son do something before you as the dad. Really?
Experienced players. That's why I think Roy Keane. You can imagine Roy Keane kicking off on a pitch. This is what I'm saying to you. Players are just yellow. Some of these captains, so-called captains, are yellow because I know you're looking at proper captains like Vieira, Keane, and them guys there. You think they're gonna let the little babies take penalties? They're like this, big man, big man, come and take your penalties. Step aside.
And the man, he definitely falls to the managers like Ant was saying as well, because again, I like to look at the contrast between the two teams. You saw the huddle with England, right? Southgate's in the middle of his paper saying, "Do you want to take one? Yeah. You want to take one? Yeah. Mancini had no paper. He was just there talking to the guys, egging them on, saying, "Listen, this is our time now. We're going to do this. Let's go out there. Let's win the tournament." He'd already chosen his penalty takers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro.
They knew
that's
the
what
order,
I'm saying.
Everything. And check the players that did it. The experienced players that had a strong head mentally as well.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, man.
So they all set. England played this like do kind of thing where we'll decide now who's taking
what does it show you? It just shows you that England's they got a lot of mouth, but they're cowards, bro. They're all cowards because you can tell them as defenders shouldn't take penalties. Benucci took a penalty.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maguire took one and buried it.
Maguire's penalty was class. Now, Maguire should have took the first England penalty.
Yeah.
The two Harrys. Harry should have been first and Harry should have been last.
Yeah, 100%.
Get the Negroes in between. The sandwich. They're the sandwich filling. They're the sandwich filling. We've got 2 slices of white bread and then we got the filling in the middle.
You got some beef. some corn.
You got some proper sirloin steak in the middle. You understand? Some proper sirloin steak, well cooked, well seasoned. You know what I mean? And you got your 2 little bits of 50-50 at the corner. Harry. Talk the ting, bro. Talk the ting, bro.
But after that, the best team won. We totally agree, guys. And I think best team won in the tournament. But then and then the joke is, guys, as we're talking right now, we was all in our group. We got our group in WhatsApp as evidence. There's evidence is all there in that group, and we was building up. And unfortunately, we get into the stage now of basically great tournament. Italy won the tournament. The best team won the tournament, and we're getting to the stage now where everyone thought hooliganism is out the way. Everyone thought that racism brought us together. I saw the podcast done by his little thing by Governor B, and everyone's looking at together. This is representing togetherness, this team. But the reality show is that every single time they get the opportunity for they can point at black players, all black players of mixed ethnicity. Yeah, I'm sorry. The truth comes out every single time, and every time we get to this stage, people says, "Don't worry, get true." Yeah, it makes sense. Get true. Don't do anything stupid. We're not saying to do anything stupid, but one thing I would say, what hurts me the most, is that we're at the same place that we were when I was 16, 17, 18, and seeing that same words, the same arrogance, and you're thinking, ain't we moved on? Ain't we moved on? Them hooligans.
I'm in another group with a bunch of friends of mine here, right?
Yeah,
and I was having an argument the day before the game with one of the guys in there, and literally the stuff that we talk about in this podcast, I raised some of the stuff there, and I was making a point as to why I wasn't supporting England. He couldn't understand saying about you live in England, so listen, that make no difference. I said, and then I said a few things. He said the same to me. Why do you got to make it about colour? I said, me make it about colour.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something here, man. They made it about colour before I even opened my mouth. I said, all I'm doing here is commentating on what I'm seeing. But they made it about colour, before anything. I said, these are the same players that want to stick their finger up and swear and call you monkey and do all kind of thing here, right? Just because you take the knee. Celebrate when you score, yeah, right? But then watch when things go bad. And he was defending it and blah, 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 this and yeah. I said to him, listen, I'll tell you now, if England lose the game here, right, you're going to see the real colours out. And then he was telling me about, you've got racism in all sports and it's not just England and I don't think it's going to be as bad as you think. I said, and I'm thinking to myself, mate, you're delusional. Yesterday, yeah, right, I literally went to church. After church here, I had a job to do in King's Cross here, and as I'm going there, all I see was every pub full of England fans along the whole of King Cross High Street. Yeah, right. And they're already drinking, they're already getting rowdy, and all this kind of stuff. And I just walking along thinking to myself, if England lose here, it's going to kick off. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. No word of a lie here, right? By the time I got to watch the game, I was in the hotel. 3 hours straight, all I heard was sirens. And arguing and beef and whatnot. This is after the game. You know what I'm saying? And even up to 1 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep because outside the hotel, there's a man trying to fight with this Asian boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's mad. And I just thought to myself, I said, the people messaging me saying, oh yeah, England. All the people that messaged me about England, I said, let me tell you something here. You support England all you want, but this is the reason why I will never get behind England football team, And I sent them some of the posts that we've been sharing in the WhatsApp. Yeah. I said, this is the reason why I won't get behind them. Yeah. So if anybody wants to know, here you go, that's why. That's the evidence. It's absolutely Bale and bro, and this is what I'm saying. And I think that people get confused why my friend always says a British born Jamaican, and we literally British born, and that's it. But we're not English. I think you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying straight up. I don't need to support a team that in one hand embraces you when you do something good, but the moment that you slip up, they will hide behind you and watch you get shut down dead. And the level of guys, we've spoken this program, and guys, you can check out our shows. We've spoke about hate crime in our last show, and the problem is no convictions. It's okay saying to report it.
Hold on, sorry, Raj. And we had a police officer break it down to let you know what a hate crime was. Mm-hmm. You understand? Yeah. So I don't want to hear no excuses, because that's all we get. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say this now. This Affinity Xtra probably don't go by what I'm gonna say, so I'm just putting it out there. But listen to this. I'm just gonna say it as it is. This is for all you black-skinned people who was sitting in front of your television talking about we. Where is we now? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where is we now? Before the kickoff, when England took the lead, I seen black people with night tops on with 3 lions on their chest. Yeah. We. It's coming home. We. All you black peoples, and you know who you are. You know who you are. Mm-hmm. Who was there? We. Let me just tell you something now. I'm going to say it for the last time. This country in England, this country will never be a we country. We are only unwanted guests. It's a them and us. There's no we. There's no we, exactly. It's a them and us. It's only us. Raheem's one of us until we lose. Soon as we lose, he's a nigger. he's a coon or he's a monkey or this, that, and the other. You understand? Now, as I said earlier on, I'll break it down to you again. Before last night's final, every goal England have scored in this tournament was either scored by Kingston-born Raheem Sterling. It was either won by a penalty by Kingston-born Raheem Sterling, or it was set up by Kingston-born Raheem Sterling. Every goal England scored in this championship before last night had something to do with Raheem Sterling. Yet, all you English fans can turn around and talk about nigger this, nigger that. What? Hold on, let me ask you something. So when you're calling Marcus Rashford a nigger, do you think that's affecting Raheem Sterling? When you're calling Saka a nigger, do you think that's affecting Raheem Sterling? Now, if you white folks thinks it doesn't affect him, I just want to just give you that notion. Yes, it does. And I've come on this podcast and I say it before and I say it again. Every time a white person disrespects a black person in the football field, I, Anthony Young, take it personally because I'm black. So from you disrespect Marcus Rashford, you're disrespecting me. I take it you're disrespecting me. You're disrespecting my Bridging Roger. You're disrespecting my Bridging Mello. You're disrespecting my Bridging Marcus, and so on and so on and so on and so on. I don't want to hear white people. Not you. You're safe. Or
Goodness,
you're one of them.
I heard that
all
before.
that rubbish that you've been spouting, as far as I can remember. I've got no hatred towards nobody. I got white friends, I got black friends, I got Asian friends, I got mixed race friends, all the rest of it. But one thing is, this is me, and I'm honest. If I don't like you, I'm going to tell Roger I don't like you.
Yeah.
Roger knows I don't like him. And he knows, so Roger will know how he can approach or how he can deal with me, because he knows this is where English people get it twisted. You are two-faced. You will sit down and smile with us. Rog, do you want a pint, Rog? Do you want this, Rog? Do you want that, Rog? But as soon as something goes wrong behind closed doors, black this, black that. Oh, not you, Rog, you're safe. No, white people. It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. If that's what you lot are thinking, you need to change your perspective. Big up to Gary Neville for his message today. Boris, I hope you're taking heed.
Yeah.
Boris, I hope you're taking heed. And I'm just going to say this before my esteemed colleagues come in. We always talk about every other country. Let's remember when England went to Bulgaria and there was racially abused and all this, and we was fighting. What did the FA do for our black players? Nothing. What will the FA do to support our black kings who missed penalties yesterday? This is the big question. I'll answer you already. They're going to do nothing.
Yeah.
They're going to do nothing.
Now.
And as I said before, I'm going to say this now. This is my last thing. Righty, Ferdinand, Cotton Cole, Anton, I hope all you geezers with more, with social media
empires,
social media platforms, I hope you speak out about the disgusting treatment our three black kings have received since last night. I want you to show, and I called you lot specific because I want you lot to show the same energy that you showed when teams were proposing to break off for the Super League. Show that same energy about the disgusting racial abuse Marcus Rashford, Bakayoko Sako and Jadon Sancho have received. Show that same energy, Rio Ferdinand, Ian Wright, Colton Cole, Ashley Cole, and all you other black players on social media platforms. I don't want to hear no mousing. Open up your mouths, man. Open up your mouths, man. Yeah? Black and proud. Stay strong. Don't talk.
You know, one thing you said there, which I think is very key, is what are they going to do to support these players, especially a young player like Saka? Because
yeah.
The guy,
heartbroken.
You've got to remember, Gareth Southgate has been in this situation, and look how he's affected him even up to now.
Yeah.
He wasn't even as young as Saka then. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's 25, 26.
Yeah. And it affected him so much that even now he still can't escape it, because any tournament that comes up, the media want to show the videos, they're going to talk to him about it. Even the lead up to this tournament, they asked him, so how do you compare this to thing and what's the experience being a player then and having missed that penalty to being the man to that? So he can't escape it. So this young guy is in this situation, and I want to see people like Ian Wright, because Ian Wright has gone on paper 101 times saying that Saka is his guy, bigging him up, da 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 da. I'd love to see Ian Wright say, you know what, let me get behind this guy now, publicly, and maybe even personally, holler at man, and say, let me support him. I'll be there for you, like for however you need, while you're going through this, because it's not going to be easy. Because literally, what's going to happen is, they'll get a pat on their back, and he'll be left to go home and deal with dealing this thing in his head. And it will just be like maybe his family around him that might just come try and comfort him and stuff like that. But no kind of like professional help to that move through all the racist things that's going to come at him, or the constant thought when man's lying on his bed about missing that penalty and how everyone now seeing him. Do you know what I'm saying? I would like to see man like Ian like step forward and actually say something now. Marcus,
I'll just go. I'm on my Instagram. And I've got an Ian Wright's page, and all it is, it's got a picture of Bakary Saka, and it says, "Our star boy, love heart, always and forever." That's it. That's it.
He's not calling it out. He's not calling it out.
Look, there it is.
Yeah, man, miss it.
That's all he says. That's it. He's not calling out. He's not calling out the disgusting treatment of Saka. He's not calling out that. He's not talking about. He's not talking about a black man was pushed onto train tracks. They're not talking about the black person who was pushed into the River Thames. All because three black lads missed penalties. A black man was pushed onto a train line. A black person was pushed into the River Thames. But Ian Wright and all these geezers don't want to talk about it. They don't want to say anything. Oh, he's our star boy, and that's it.
And this is what I'm saying, man. And Anthony, what you just raised there is something that I think we need to be, we have to realize is that we've got deranged people who are listening to social media, and when they're putting out the posts that we're seeing and saying, oh, the nigger point ones, let's be real, everyone's seen that out now, you get points for niggers. It actually says, if you rape a nigger, you get X amount of points. 75 points.
75 points for raping a nigger. Raping one of our queens. Raping one of our queens is 75 points. Let me tell you something, people. I'll give you 75 reasons to try it to one of my people. I'll give you 75, bro. and he's not the resurrected Jesus you'll be seeing either. Trust me.
You know what? I saw somebody's response was, just report it. And guys, listen. Listen. All right. Let's go back 5 weeks. Let's go back 5 weeks, guys. We kicked off on this show when you disrespected the knee. And Southgate, the guy who's united the nation in inverted commas, turned round and said, "Oh, you got to give man space to complain, or it's a political Black Lives Matter
to voice their
opinions about the Black Lives Matter thing." And then the next day, Boris Johnson was in the Commons and says, yes, people have reason for. I'm thinking that had nothing to do. Even the football FA said, no, it's a racial driven thing. Now, the black players in one half should have walked off the pitch. Would have walked off the pitch and made a signal in a friendly. Let's be real, guys. It's a dead friendly. Yeah, made a signal in the friendly every single, and this is maybe the conflict is when it comes to mixed ethnicity children, when almost thinking that I'm not black, but I'm afraid when the abuse comes, you get abused, so
you're black, don't kid yourself.
As long as your skin is not pure white, as far as they're concerned, you're one of us.
If you're mixed race, if you think that you're not black, bro, you sister, brother, you need to check yourselves, because I'm telling you, how there's a race war, we're going to have one line, the blacks.
Yeah.
You're going to have one line, the whites, and then you're going to have the mixed heritage in between. Now, you're in a place between a rock and a hard place. Where do I go? My mom's black, my dad's white, or vice versa. Yeah. Who do you think's going to say, we don't want you over here? And I tell you one thing, it won't be the black line. Because as I've said from day one, nobody's ever come on these programs or social medias and said, I was racially abused by a black player. We're always ALWAYS, the victims. We are always victims. We never perpetrate crimes. We have to defend ourselves because we are always being treated as second, third, fourth, fifth class in this country. Let me go again. The other day, I think I broke it on here, was talking, the Hungarian FA were fined £85,000 for homophobic chanting and racial slogans.
Yeah.
Now, you got people on telly, God, they've done this to the Hungarians, but nobody's talking about what we should do to the English.
Yeah, should have been closed stadiums, bro. Should have closed down stadiums.
How comes England's fans don't get that same threaten of treatment? Because you're racist. You same England fans were racist to Raheem Sterling when he was playing for Man City at Chelsea. Don't forget. Don't go on like you're pretty and you don't do nothing. English fans, come on. Let's be real. Let's be honest about it, man.
And you know, there's ignorance in it as well. I mean, some of the comments I've seen regarding the penalties and stuff like that. Oh, if Grealish had taken it, or some of them other boys had taken it, we would have been through and all that kind of stuff. You know what my response was? Let me tell you something. You guys have been in how many penalty shootouts here where all your penalty takers were all white?
Yeah.
And you still couldn't make it through. This is before Saka and Sancho and them guys are even born. You guys are losing penalties. With your whole team of white players. So now you want to say that, if he had taken one, we would have been through. No. You guys aren't doing winning penalties anyway.
Bro, it's enough. And a media infuses. And I saw Australian media put out there, and they said, "You seen it, bro? The three black players mispronounced." Now this is the problem now, guys. Yeah, because you know what? Subconsciously, media, let's be real, has a negative connotation towards black people. Yeah, and it comes over and it feeds the racism, and this is where we have to get to the stage of, guys. And this is where I believe in Affinity Xtra. This is why I have a push to have a free media. When I say free of I would say politics, church politics, because Christianity don't deal with racism. I tell you that for free in this country. You know what I'm saying? We don't do nothing about it, and we keep on saying, "Oh, don't worry, better days are coming. We can't deal with racism, but yet we can deal about homophobia. But yet we can deal about murder. But okay, when murder happens, we need to do this to stop murder. Oh, if there's we don't have guns on the streets because we want to stop knife crime, because we want to stop murder. That's perfectly. We're not always going to get rid of knife crime, but let's do things to stop knife crime. So we do drives to take the knives off people. Yeah, but when it comes to racism, there's no drive to take to actually improve the situation when it comes to.
I just seen a post get shared in a message saying that the Metropolitan Police have announced they are investigating all social media racist comments, zero tolerance, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, they
even that don't give me no hope for nothing, because you investigate all you want, right? And what's gonna happen? Maybe a slap on the wrist. A little fine at most.
A white guy in a wig, bro. A white guy in a wig is going to turn around and go, "Oh, he's from a good family," and don't make sure he goes in the system. But yeah, when we get caught with a little bag of weed, and that, which is wrong, man get incarcerated in 2 seconds, which is, I'm not saying is right or wrong, but yet people perpetrate high level of basically hate crimes. But if I went homophobic right now, which I'm not going to, and I never will do, I would be shut down, everything locked off,
and charged
fully on this platform. But yet,
because it's a hate crime.
But yet, international media platforms are blatantly racist, and nothing happens. Nothing.
Well, I'm just going to take this
opportunity
to read some of the stuff that's been put out since our three kings, Marcus.
Yeah, man.
Bakaro and Jaden missed the penalties. Now the first one it says White. I don't know if that's their name on social media. And it says, every nigger missed a pen. Rashford, Sancho, Saka, go kill yourselves, nigger, monkeys, or return to your natural habitat of growing bananas. Effing slaves. That's one.
Jeez.
That's one. Hold on. I got a few more.
Yeah, man, keep coming, man. You're gonna hear the truth, man.
Oh, this is from, and I'm gonna call you out. I don't care. And if you get busted up by black people down the road tomorrow. I don't care. Good, serve yourself right. Henry Williams, yes, I'm naming you. Henry Williams put out on Twitter, three effing niggers miss penalties, stick Black Lives Matters up my arse.
Oh my God.
Henry Williams. Stacey, the 5'7" slapper. 3 monkeys made us lose. Sad day for England.
For God's sake. And the joke is, there was a no.
And the killer one, as Roger spoke about earlier, I'm just going to give it ya. These niggers have lost us. Listen, lost us. So clearly a white person writing it. The Euros. This was sent out Monday the 12th. Monday the 12th of July is Punish a Nigger Day. 5 points, spit on a nigger. 10 points, punch a nigger. 25 points, steal a nigger's clothes. 50 points, drive into a nigger. Listen now, 50 points, drive into a nigger. Listen to this now. 75 points, rape a nigger. 100 points, listen now, so you get more points to break in the house. 100 points, break into a nigger's house. Listen to the killer one now. 500 star points, lynch a nigger. Hold on, this is not a movie with Matthew McConaughey and Samuel L. Jackson or anything like that.
Yeah,
this is July the 12th, 2021 in modern society. That is what is on social networks. And then society expects us as a whole, as a race of people, to sit down and keep turning the cheek.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Boris, all you people in Parliament or whatever, you need to do something fast, because if you don't, it's going to be a horrible situation in England, trust me. Because, again, I say what I'm saying. I'm not no troublemaker. And I ain't no racist who goes out looking for trouble. But what I'm saying is this: you are making it difficult for us as a black people to stay calm.
Listen, Rob, that is so true. Hear what you're saying there, because if they don't grab proper control of it and deal with the situation,
it's going to get nasty.
It's going to get really nasty and really crazy. If black people decide to, you know what, we're going to just react the same way you guys have been reacting now, it's going to be terrible. There's a movie that I like to watch here, right? It's called Higher Learning with Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
And
big film.
One of the racists in there said, the reason you have to be smart here, right, is because we are training to fight. The blacks, that's not the word he used, right, were born ready to fight.
Yeah.
And what he's saying is, from the time they're born, they know what it's like, what we're like out here. So they've been taught from childhood, right, to fight ready. Do you understand? And I'm telling you now, if situations get crazy, right, and black people decide we're going to show you the fight that we've had to fight all our lives here, right? It's not going to be good for this country. It really is not going to be good, because we're going to see something similar that happened. What's that dude that get killed off in Tottenham, and then the thing went around the whole country, Mark Duggan.
Yeah, man.
We'll get one of them. We'll get one of them, and
exactly,
it's not going to be good.
And it's not going to be pretty, bro. It's not going to be
and guys,
pretty.
I'm gonna
sorry to cut you off.
Go.
Remember earlier on I says a person was pushed onto the train track. What do you think their family's going to do?
Bro.
If you're hold on. If your mum come home this morning and says, Roger, we just come from upper wherever I do my shopping, and couple you come spit on me and talk about you coon, go home, your people, Marcus missed penalty. What would you do if your mum come home and told you that? There you go. And people, I'm talking to a Christian man, a Christian man who believes in forgiveness, who believes in second, third, 150th chances. Bro,
She wouldn't call
this
me,
is what
man.
I'm trying to show. This is what I'm trying to show you,
She wouldn't.
people. You can't keep doing this to us and expect us to stay silent. You can't. You can't. And this situation is. See, God is good, you know. God makes things happen for a reason, you know. God has allowed this thing to happen. So those token people who are we can really see the truth that it's no we,
100%.
it's us and them. It's us and them.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Simple as
yeah.
that. It's us and them. It's only we when things are going good. But what does the Bible tell us? That's not the best part about us. What does the Bible tell us? It's not when everything's honky-dory that we want to see you praising God. It's when you're going through storm after storm after storm. That's when you see what's Roger made of, what's Marx
And you know what?
made of.
This mentality, yeah, right. The same thing you're saying. This mentality goes way back into slavery. Their masters were happy with their slaves if they stayed doing their job in the cotton field and whatnot.
Yeah.
If any of them tried to answer back or do whatever else, that's when the problem was.
Yeah.
Look what happened to Kunta. As soon as he started to run, I was chopping off foot.
Yeah, man. Let's keep it. And the thing is, guys, you know, and me and Bishop, we just finished Christianity and the whitewashing of Christianity. We just done a video, we just released out. Yeah, so I'll send it out to you, Anthony. You'll enjoy that one still. Yeah,
you know, that's my kind of reading.
But the thing is, it goes back to the. I'm going back. Anthony brought the word in. And you know, and I'll go back to Christianity because you got three men here who we go to church. We're passionate about our Christianity. We're active about our ministry. How we engage with the community outside of the church. But this is where we don't want to see the church with the bishop so and so at the front lines of a riot and trying to calm things down and praying. We don't want to. We're sick of death of seeing churches praying while riots are going on in the community. We need to be before the riots, be active in the situation and start talking it as is. I'm fed up of puppy show tracks done by artists about what's really not going on. Yeah, and actually, really and truly be active about sin. It's okay when you feel like you see a bit of sin. Oh, I can talk about them puppy show things. But when it comes to the reality of the show is, yeah, you're too scared to say it. It's just, yes, we're meant to forgive. Yes, we're meant to move on and whatever. But we still need to deal with the problem. And not dealing with the problem, it's going to kick off. And my son phoned me up after the game. Now, I'm cool. He's English. You know what I mean? He's bona fide English. I'm born here, but he's bona fide. He's like this laughing at the game, Dad, I'm not even bothered. Yeah? And that's before the racism kicks off. Now with the racism, my sons are not interested in England, and that's your fault, England. That is your fault, and that you've now created a bunch of disfranchised black people that you have pillaged for 400-500 years and taken out the rest. And all we want is our things and what you owe us. Yeah, and before you say, oh, we meant to love the country, we meant to own the country. Sorry, your actions have showed that, you know what, you just go back to type every single time. England rules the world, your national anthem, everything to do with you is about you ruling the earth. Nah, them days are done for me. You know what I'm saying? Not interested. And it's not until we as Christians are not scared. As I said, guys, today, the first thing is, Roger, are you going to avoid this? Why am I avoiding this? Is that what Christians do? Avoid the real things? Yes, I'm afraid we do that. That's our expectation between each other. We avoid the real issues and focus on praise and worship and the blood of Jesus Christ.
Can I just say something? This has got nothing to do with Christianity. This is about being black. This is about blackness. It's got nothing to do with your faith or what you follow. This is about your culture. This is about you as a man, we've been seeing, as Roger says, we've been seeing our people being disadvantaged. Why should we continue to be putting ourselves, oh, Rog, go for that job. Oh, Ant, I don't want to. Why? Because I don't think I'm going to get it, Ant, because we're scared to apply for certain jobs because we're just thinking, well, we're not going to get treated. We're not going to get a fair crack at the whip. We're not going to do this. We shouldn't have to feel like that. We should not have to feel like that. Why? Because my skin is permanently brown and yours is permanently white. But when you're broken your neck to go to them countries to look like me, you're broken your neck to go to the sun shop to look like me, when you're broken your neck to go on holidays so your women can look like our women. When you're
they're getting surgery, bro. When they're getting surgery, bro.
Putting things into your lips so you can have
your bottom,
like us black people.
Yeah.
So you can have things put into your bottom so you can have it, bro. You ridicule us. You demonize us. Yet you just want to look like us. You want to be like us. You want to rap like us. You want to sing. You want to dress. But you know what I mean?
Don't make sense, bro. It absolutely.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Have a bit of manners. Have a bit of manners. Manners, man.
They went too far, bro. They were absolutely.
You're gone too far. And I'll say this. I'm going to say this, and it's going to be controversial. But I'm going to tell you, you young black men growing up in this country now, talented. God may have blessed you with a talent to play football. I'm pleading to you as a black man, to a black youth, to a black man, to a young black man. I'm pleading to you. You see, if you make it as a professional, I'm asking you this. When that choice comes, depending where your parents come from, you know, even if your parents are born in England, you're going to have some form of grandparents or someone from Africa or Jamaica or Caribbean or whatever. Yeah. You're going to have a chance to play for somebody else. Take that thought seriously. Take that thought seriously. As I've said many times, Raheem Sterling didn't have to play for England to become a great footballer. He was always a great footballer. Before he played for England, he was still at Liverpool. You understand? So really, if Raheem maybe took a bit more time, step back, watch what's really going on, maybe he would have made a choice. You know what? I'm going to represent my country of birth. Because you know what? We may not get to many World Cups. Ryan Giggs never played in a World Cup. But you show me 5 players more decorated and won more trophies than Ryan Giggs. So you don't have to play for a major power to be a great footballer. And that's my point I'm trying to make here. So you don't have to sell your soul or your Jamaican heritage or your African heritage to go and represent the 3 lions on the shirt. No, you don't have to do that. God gave you a talent.
Come on now.
He didn't give the country the talent. He gave you the talent. Use your talent. Represent yourself. Represent your family. Represent your heritage. Stand up with pride.
This is it.
Wear whatever top you're wearing with pride. Now, I don't know about Sacco and Rashford and Jadon Sancho and even Raheem, but today, the 12th of July, can you really put your top on and say you're proud to play for the 3 Lions? Ask yourself that question. But don't talk.
This is real talk, man. This is real talk up here, and I think that definitely, you know, and that's a cry that we've had before, and I appreciate everyone's passion today. You know, and I know we're gonna come to a close because we've gone way over time. I know we got another 2 hours.
We got another 10 hours.
Because we got
another 10 hours. In this
because to be honest, bro, I just wanted to do a quick show just to analyze after the game. You know what I'm saying?
It could never be like that.
All I wanted to do is talk about football today, guys. I just wanted to get over the Euros. Say, guys, if you know, let's just quickly chat about chop it up and chuck it online. You know what I mean, and relax. But to do this. And to be honest, guys, you know, I've got to do another video afterwards to talk about this. And people saying, "Oh, Roger, are you getting sick of talking about this?" And we started this podcast, and I pick up these certain mans, and DJ Marx come on board, and we talk about black men who are now going, "Hold on a second, yeah, we're not keeping silence on this anymore. We're going to talk about our passions and as Auntie says, our blackness that we've been taught to hide." Yeah, through our religion, through society, we're not hiding it anymore. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it strong, and we're not gonna be. This is not about vengeance. This is about calling it out for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And we just want to salute Rashford, Sancho, and Sacco for having the cojones or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? To step up and take the penalties. And listen, you missed and you know, we want to, like, you know, we commiserate with you, and we got a lot of many opinions about that, but listen, guys, you guys got fantastic footballing careers. You're where everybody who's complained about you would wish to be in your boots, playing for Man United, playing for Arsenal. Yeah, there's a bag of man's love to be in your boots, to have a quarter of your ability. They'll be playing for professional football. Sancho, you're unplayable. Don't know why you never played. Rashford, you know, your time's coming. You know what I'm saying? All these guys, Sacco, listen, man's got earmarked from the age of 9. You know what I'm saying? Going through the ranks at Arsenal, that's not easy. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, when you see, you just called Marcus Rashford, something to come to my brain.
Go on.
Now, what do you think the reaction would be if Marcus come onto the telly and say, because of the racial abuse I've took, I'm not champion for free meals anymore. So if you pick me not eat, good. You understand? If you pick me not eating, good. What would they do then?
Bro, call Mount, tell Mount to do it. Say, yo, Mount, you can do it now, mate. You know what I'm saying? It's your turn.
You understand?
Mount wouldn't do it.
Bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is the thing. This is why I've got to explain this to Caucasian people, because some Caucasian people will watch this video and they just don't understand why these 3 black men are getting really animated like this. You just because you've never been in that position. You've never been in that position when somebody's belittled you because of the color of your skin. You're not better than me. We just share different colors of skin. If I get shot, I bleed. If you get shot, you bleed. You know, there's no difference. There's no difference like that. So, how comes, even through all the rubbish that we as black people go through, we can still put that aside and still try and do good for everybody? Marcus Rashford, I'm giving you an example.
Yeah, man.
It's not the first time Marcus has been racially abused.
He's been his most abused player in last year.
But he's not going to stop and say, okay then, I'm just going to fight for free meals for black kids.
If he did,
he's not going to do that. Because if he did, he'd be called, oh, it's this and that. There'd be turmoil. But my point is, this nation, and this is what I'm asking you, England, what do you think he should do? What would you do in his position? Because nobody likes an ungrateful person. And you as a nation, England, seem very ungrateful to this black king who has been championing to feed some of your kids, because unfortunately you're in a financial position that you can't give them money for school meals. But this geezer, this little 23, 24-year-old has championed so everybody's eating. He's missed 1 penalty from 12 yards, and look what you've done to him.
Right, we chucked him under the bus, man.
Look what you've done to him. Now, if he had that same mentality as you people, you're saying little Johnny and little Tommy now eat. So think about these things. How comes we don't retaliate? How comes we don't react like that? And we're the victims. This is my point. We don't react like this, and we're the victims. We will still go. Roger's still going to go out tomorrow. I can go out my house now and see a geezer getting punched up a white dog. I'm going to stop that fight.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to stop that fight because there's no need. You understand? But, you know, and that's what I'm showing you. That's the difference of us, black folks, and everybody else, these Caucasians, because you've gone out, you've left Wembley Stadium in your mob-handed, you're pushing innocent old men, old women, kids, pushing people in the Thames, pushing people on train tracks. Come on, really? That's what it's getting to, bro. It's getting to that, bro. Okay, this is my last story. I don't know if I told it on there. I went down the road this morning. I saw this black man, known him for years. He's about 68. Going, right, Bill? No. What's wrong? This morning, he went to the paper shop to buy his normal paper, which he's been doing for the past 50 years. And he's buying the paper. He says, he come out the paper shop. There's a group of lads outside the shop. 5 white lads, he said. They approached him, stole his paper off him, punched him and spat in his face. Because your niggers missed penalty last night. That's the society we're living in. That happened in Birmingham today. Because Marcus and those kids missed the penalty. A 68-year-old man was punched and in his face and spat upon. Now,
I'll tell you, people got to give good thanks.
This is what I'm saying,
grace,
bro.
You know.
This is what I'm saying,
because
bro.
back in the day, man would have gathered the man together and go hunting.
Bro, this is what I'm trying to say to you, bro. Now, listen to what I've just said. Now, imagine, Marcus, you're at home and that's your dad coming in wiping his face and saying, Dad, what happened? And he explains to you, Christian or no Christian, what do you think's going to be in your heart?
Listen,
come on, bro.
Pick up my phone, call a few men, and we go hunting.
Well,
there you go. And that's the reality, England. That is the reality, England. And this is what we're saying. Boris, you need to do something, star. You need to do something, star. All you ex-pros who have clout, who own positions, you need to do something, mate. You need to stop sitting on fences, turning a blind eye. You need to do something because it's not getting good.
Not at all, bro. I'm gonna use that as a start to this podcast, man, because I think people need to know the real. That's a real story. And listen, guys, this is not no fictitious, hyped up podcast. This is a real podcast and a real response to the absolutely madness, the fallout of Euro 2020. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But listen, guys, I appreciate the time and effort, and I'm gonna edit this like as quick as possible and get it out there as crazy. I'm gonna put out little snippets and all them things out there. But I think 100% we need to 100% keep it real, and I think that I really do appreciate you guys' time, and we got so much more to do and touch back, and we just pray and hope that nobody gets seriously hurt, but no one should ever get touched after this. And this is why it's important that this podcast needs to go out as soon as possible, because people just need to hear the realness of and really see themselves for who they are. Get the mirror out and see your ugliness, see the evilness that's in yourself, and take it out. Yeah, and deal with it.
Lads, before we go, I think we should have a bit of prayer.
Oh yeah, most definite.
Straight on, I just felt it it just dropped in my spirit. Righteous eternal Father, we just come before you. We give you thanks. We give you praise. We give you glory. We give you honor. We lift up your holy, matchless name, Lord God, because you are worthy to be praised, Lord God. You created heaven, you created earth, you created the human race. You didn't give England to whites and tell us that blacks ain't allowed. You didn't give us Jamaica for blacks and says whites ain't allowed. You made the earth, you made the world, and you put your people in. It is people and their wicked hearts which has put us in the position that we find ourselves in today. But Lord, I just pray for each and every one of us, especially our black people. I pray, Lord God, that each and every one of them will walk safe. Go with them, Lord God. They're going out till they're coming in. They're lying down till they're getting up, Lord God. Protect them. Protect them from every fiery dart that the adversary wants to use. Lord God, we just ask you for your saving grace. Come, Lord, and return and take your world back, because we need you right now. In Jesus' precious and holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. On that note, guys, man, we're going to close off today's show. Thanks again, guys, for this. And we'll be back again, guys, next week. But do check us out. Check out all our shows on the YouTube. We deal with hate crime. We've talked about, issues over this season. And we go into the new season as well. So we're going to keep it real going on, man. But enough love, everyone. God bless you. Thanks again, guys, man, for today's show. Bless you, man.
Marcus, have a blessed week, bro.
Yeah, you too, man.
Visit us for updates and shows at affinityextra.co.uk.